Ty Lue, just the end of that game, there's a lot of situational basketball things out of timeouts. You had jump balls, you had the short leads and everything. What were the things that you were able to tell your team when you had the timeouts, and how do you feel like your team executed on both ends of the floor down the stretch there?
I thought down the stretch we did some good things with our fires. Just trying to get the ball out of Tyrese's hands. Like I say, he's a great player, and so just wanted to get the ball out of his hands. And then we had opportunities where we could have been better, like denying him the ball back. Once he gave it up, it's like 4 or 5 times we just let him catch it back, and so now your defense is shifting another time. A couple times, like I said, rotations. We got to Nico, we short closed. Nico makes a big three. Buddy Yield, 3 seconds on the shot clock. We do a great job firing, getting out of Tyrese's hands. Then Buddy Yield makes a three. Instead of making him put the ball on the ground. So those are things we can get better at, but we talked about toughness and having a fight. I liked our fight. We got down 15 points. Tough game on the first game of a road trip. Nick does a great job having those guys prepared. Different defenses to keep you guessing. And I just like us staying with it. Attacking the paint in that second half. We went small. They matched us by going small, and we was able to get to the paint, get to the rim. PG really got it going in a small pick and roll, and that was a tough, gritty win for us, and that's what we needed.
Ty, Kawhi for portions of the night was not really active, but then at the end, obviously, he makes the 2 M1s and then the block on Oubre at the rim. Just talk about the.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like PG and Kawhi to be, I think, 2 for 15 at halftime from the field, and being down 4 and still still fighting and still staying with it. And PG, like I said, got it going, and Kawhi got it going late. But just staying with it, being resilient, knowing you're not going to make shots every single night. And so we talked about being a defensive team and doing things defensively. And like you said, our fires were good. Kawhi's block at the rim, PG at the end, verticality on Oubre. Just stand, and you can live with yourself if you lose games like that where you don't shoot the ball well, but you play hard, you compete, and you scrap, and that's what we got to do every single night.
You've seen games won and lost on jump balls. That's one of the toughest situational defensive plays. How did the team get out of that situation with a 1-point lead?
Well, I thought they threw it up kind of quick, and we weren't able to get set, but we wanted the pocket with PG and James because, both of those guys are pretty strong, especially being small lineup. And but the way they shifted, we had to put James beside Tobias, and Nico kind of stole the tap, and he tipped it, and then he was able to get the basketball. So we just got to do a better job in those situations because we showed them in training camp, the one with Paul Pierce, in the playoffs back in the day against Cleveland. Having to box out and getting those big plays. And Paul was able to dive on the floor, get the loose ball against Cleveland, call timeout, and I was able to win that game. So those are huge moments, especially in the playoffs. One play like that can change the game. And so we got to be better in that regard, and knowing we got to box out and not let guys steal it and be physical to come up with that basketball.
How did you think James handled everything tonight?
I thought it was great. I thought he kept his composure. He was really good. Having 14 assists, picking and choosing the spots where he wanted to shoot the basketball or make plays. I thought he was really good.
You've been part of a frantic ending where 3 challenges that felt like they can go 50-50. The back and forth at the rim. Have you been part of an ending like that before?
Probably, but I can't think about it right now. I can't remember. No, I really can't remember this time.
Were you surprised that the challenge they upheld for you guys was upheld? Because I know watching the broadcast back here, they weren't quite sure there was enough evidence to.
The one that went out of bounds off of Oubre? Yeah, I thought we won it. Just watching it on our iPad and taking a look at it. But it was a do-or-die moment for us. So we had to challenge that no matter what. We had 2 timeouts, and so we had to challenge it. And luckily we did, and we was able to get it. And I think we scored a 3-point play. Okay, yeah. So that was huge for us.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks.
Yep.